The sunlit apartment hallway was quiet. Then a fist pounded the door like a verdict.
Open up. Official eviction notice from Nakamura Property Management. You are out in 7 days.
The notice was stamped in glaring red. Eviction. Vacate within 7 days, no exceptions.
Well. Sota, is that really you? Still as pathetic as when we were kids, aren't you?
Suta. What's going on? Why is Naoki doing this? I've always paid my rent.
Naoki, the same arrogant sneer, and now he's come to throw us out of our home.
We're renovating the building, needed to convince a few stubborn tenants. Your mother was last on the list.
But I've lived here for 35 years. Please, you can't just...
Nakamura Property Management. I'll remember that name.
Naoki's laughter echoed down the hall as he left. Sota picked up the eviction notice, his expression unreadable. Sota moved to the window and dialed a number he had never saved on his phone.
It's me. Nakamura Property Management. They served the notice this morning.
Suta, who was that? Your voice changed, like you were going to war.
Just an old contact. Mom, someone who owes me a favor. We'll be okay.
The minutes bled into hours. Tomoko watched the clock, the eviction notice still on the table, her face pale with dread. Outside, dusk had fallen when a black sedan glided to the curb, its engine cutting to silence. A man stepped out, tall, silver hair, a tailored gray suit, clutching a brown folder.
He came personally. That's a sign he's taking this seriously, and it means our plan might actually work.
The building's automatic doors opened. The man walked in without hesitation, his shadow long and sharp.
Mom, I have to go meet him. Lock the door and don't open for anyone except me. Promise me.
That boy, Naoki, he tormented you for years. After all this time, he's still trying to destroy us. Once, he locked you in the school storage room and made the whole class laugh. You never told the teachers.
I handled it quietly then, and I'll handle it quietly now. Stay here, Mom. Don't worry.
He left the apartment, footsteps steady. The door clicked shut behind him, and Tomoko was alone with the silence. The landline rang like a warning. Caller ID, Nakamura Property Management. Her hand trembled as she picked up.
Old hag, I've moved your lock change to tomorrow morning. Don't bother packing. My crew will do it.
Please, you can't. This is my home.
Home, not anymore. And tell your loser son that I'll enjoy watching him fail again.
The line went dead. Tomoko sank onto the couch, the eviction notice on the table seeming to pulse. Meanwhile, at a quiet cafe near the river, a silver-haired man watched Sota take a seat opposite him. The man's folder was thick as a legal case.
You brought everything? We'll need more than just my word against his.
It's all here. More than enough to make Nakamura Property Management wish they'd never heard your mother's name.
9 months of work, and it's finally time to use it. Naoki won't even see it coming.
Tomorrow morning, when he shows up with the locksmith, we'll have the police ready.
I need him to confess on record. Then it won't just be the contract, it's criminal fraud.
The man slid a stack of highlighted papers towards Sota, pages of evidence patiently gathered over months.
You are back. The phone kept ringing. It was Naoki's office, asking if we'd packed yet.
Pack a bag, Mom. Just for one night. Tomorrow morning. We're going to end this.
End it? Suta, what's in that folder? You're scaring me.
Answers. Now trust me. Like you did when I was 10. I won't let you down.
Dawn broke pale and cold over the building. By 6, a man in a gray uniform had already taped a new document over the old notice, the official paperwork, final eviction order. All personal property to be removed by 10 a.m., signed by Nakamura Property Management.
They've come already. Sota, I can't breathe. My chest.
Sota caught her before she stumbled. He eased her onto the couch, voice steady despite the hammering at the door.
Just breathe, Mom. I'm calling him now. We're not waiting any longer. He's posted the final order. We're running out of time. Can you be here in 30 minutes?
Before he could pocket the phone, Tomoko's landline rang again. The same name on the caller ID.
Saw the final notice. Hope you enjoy your last sunrise in that apartment. My crew's en route.
He's enjoying this. He wants to destroy everything we have.
He's not the only one who can make a phone call. Sit tight, Mom. We're going to meet him together.
Suta led his mother past the freshly posted final order, her steps unsteady as they headed for the elevator. In the clinic waiting room, Tomoko sat with a blood pressure cuff wrapped around her arm, her face still chalky.
Suta, what if they throw my things out while we're gone? My photo albums?
I've made sure they can't. The locksmith won't arrive until 9. We'll be back before then.
His phone screen lit up with a new message. 9 o'clock confirmed. I'll bring the final documents. No sender name.
He's on time. Now, to make sure Naoki walks right into our trap.
They left post the final notice on the door again. I want her to see it when she returns. I'll be there personally. Watching Sauta's face crumble will be the highlight of my year.
Who was that message from? Your old friend?
Someone who's going to help us get justice. Now rest a moment. We leave at 8:50.
At the cafe, the silver-haired man was already seated, 2 untouched coffees cooling on the table. Sauta took the opposite chair without a word.
Show me. I need to see how deep Naoki's corruption runs before we shut him down.
Kickbacks on renovation contracts, forced evictions, forged documents, all directly tied to Nakamura property management and your bully.
Suta flipped through page after page. Bank transfers, falsified tenant complaints, a secret ledger with Naoki's initials beside 6-figure sums.
I had no idea this was happening under my nose. Your audit saved dozens of families, Sauta.
He's genuinely pained, but regret won't fix things. Action will. And I know just how to force it. He'll be at the building at 9. I'll go to his office now and get him to confess on tape. You bring the police.
Take this recorder. It's linked to my phone. I'll hear everything in real time and relay it to the precinct.
Their hands met briefly in a firm, silent agreement. No paperwork needed, just a shared enemy and a mother's home to save.
Then I'll go now. Notify the police. We'll catch him with the locksmith and let Lexsmith at his side. Perfect timing.
Naoki was still on the phone when Sota entered, his grating voice detailing another eviction target.
Look who finally crawled out of his hole. Come to beg for an extension, Sauta.
I came to understand the situation. My mother's been here for 35 years.
Situation. The situation is, I am cleaning house. 6 families gone this month. Your old hag makes 7.
And the building renovations. The one you claimed is the reason for all this.
Renovations, please? I pocket the kickback. The invoices are faked. The owners are faked. The owners a fool.
So you profit from illegal evictions and fraud. Is Nakamura management aware?
Aware? I am Nakamura management. Now, get out before I call security.
The tiny red light on the recorder flickered, confirming every incriminating word was stored and timestamped. Suta walked out of the building, the audio file already on its way to the police and the building's true owner, still flushed with arrogance. Naoki phoned a locksmith to finalize tomorrow's eviction. He didn't bother lowering his voice.
Be here at 9 sharp. I want that lock drilled out. Anything inside, toss it. The hag won't be back.
Tomoko peeked through the door's peephole. A stranger in a gray uniform was examining the lock, a toolbox at his feet.
He's measuring the lock. Suta said they'd come at 9, but what if he's early? What if they break in now?
Her phone trembled in her hand. She dialed Sauta's number with shaking fingers, the line barely ringing once before he answered.
Suta, there's a man outside. He's checking the locks. He's with Naoki. I know it. I am so scared.
He's just scouting, Mom. He won't come in tonight. Tomorrow morning we'll put a stop to everything.
But my things, my whole life is here.
I promise you, nothing will be touched. Lock the door, keep quiet, and tomorrow you'll understand. I am coming at 8:50.
Night settled over the building. An unmarked sedan sat across the street, its occupants watching silently, waiting for the morning. Before dawn, Suda and the silver-haired man entered the precinct, the evidence folder heavy under one arm.
Detective, my name is Kenji. I am the legal owner of the building this man has been defrauding.
And here is his voice, admitting to kickbacks and illegal evictions. 9 months of documentation.
The detective listened to the recording, his expression hardening as Naoki's smug voice filled the room.
The detective said, he'll be caught red-handed at the lock change. We'll have plainclothes officers on site.
I'll be there personally to terminate his contract and press charges. He's not just a thief, he tormented this family.
Now it's just a matter of hours. Naoki's about to face the one person he never expected to meet.
Your mother doesn't know I am coming. Let's keep it that way until this is over. She's suffered enough.
By 7:30, the plan was set. 3 police would arrive at the building by 8:50, hidden among the morning shadows. Suta returned to the clinic to pick up his mother. The final confrontation, only an hour away. Suta led his mother back into the apartment, her small overnight bag dangling from his other hand.
Suta, who is that? Why is there a man in my home?
Mrs. Tomoko, my name is Kenji. I am the owner of this building, and I owe you an apology.
The owner, but Naoki said he was from the management. I don't understand.
Naoki was a fraud. I had no idea he was evicting tenants under my name. Your son exposed the whole scheme.
You knew? Sota, you knew and didn't tell me. This whole time.
I couldn't risk it, Mom. If Naoki suspected we had the owner on our side, he might have fled. I needed him to confess.
And he did, on tape. The police are on their way right now. By noon, he'll be in handcuffs.
I can't believe it. After all these years, it's really over.
But the sound of footsteps in the hallway reminded them. Naoki was still coming. The final act was about to begin. The footsteps receded. Just a neighbor. Kenji gestured to the thick folder that had been sitting on the table all along.
Suta has been auditing my properties for 9 months. He uncovered this entire scheme long before Naoki ever came to your door.
Every illegal eviction, every kickback, every faked contract, all documented. It's why I had to stay hidden.
So when Naoki came yesterday, you already had proof. You let him threaten me.
I know it was cruel, Mom, but I needed him to keep confessing. I am sorry.
It was my call as well. I couldn't risk losing the evidence, but now we have everything. Naoki won't slip away.
A soft buzz from Kenji's phone. He glanced at the screen. The police had arrived in the stairwell.
They're in the stairwell, waiting for Naoki to start the lock change. We need to be quiet.
What if he runs? What if he hurts someone?
He won't. He'll be too arrogant to run. Now stay behind us, Mom. This ends today.
Heavy footsteps echoed down the hallway. Naoki's voice cut through the silence, followed by the clank of a heavy toolbox.
Old hag, open up. Your time's up. I've got the legal right to break this door down.
He's really doing it. I can't let him see me shaking. Sauda said to trust him.
He's here. Don't move yet. Let him commit. 1 minute.
Drill it. I want this lock in pieces before anyone interferes.
The drill. It's so loud. My whole body is trembling. Sauta, please.
Suta glanced at his watch. 9:05. The police were in position. It was time.
Suta, don't let him hurt you.
Suta eased the door open. In the hallway, Naoki stood with his back turned, gloating over the eviction.
That's enough, Naoki. You are not evicting anyone today, or ever again.
Oh, you grew a spine. Too bad it's still as useless as in school.
You defrauded the building owner, faked renovation contracts, and stole kickbacks. All of it is documented.
Documented? You think you can scare me with paper? I have lawyers who eat auditors for breakfast.
But can your lawyers eat the owner of the building when he testifies against you?
Naoki, your contract with Nakamura Property Management is terminated. The police are here for your arrest.
What? Who are you? The owner? Impossible. He never leaves his mansion.
The stairwell door swung open. Two plainclothes officers stepped into the hallway, badges glinting. They moved toward Naoki, blocking his exit. One officer reached for handcuffs.
This is a setup. Sota, you'll pay for this. My father will hear about it.
Your father will hear about it in prison. Now, officers, please read him his rights.
Naoki opened his mouth to deny everything, but Kenji already had his phone out. The audio file began to play.
Recording. Renovations. Please, I pocket the kickback. The invoices are faked. The owner's a fool.
Naoki's face drained of color as his own smug voice echoed off the walls. The lead officer stepped forward and placed a firm hand on Naoki's shoulder.
Naoki, you are under arrest for fraud, embezzlement, and illegal eviction.
The click of handcuffs echoed in the silent hallway.
You can't do this. I'll sue every one of you. My father will destroy your careers.
The officers ignored his threats and guided him toward the stairwell.
Suta, this isn't over. I'll make you pay for this.
But his voice faded as the stairwell door slammed shut, leaving only the faint echo of his defeat. Kenji turned to the lead detective and declared the immediate termination of Nakamura Property Management's contract. He handed the thick evidence folder to the officer, a final nail in Naoki's coffin. The apartment door creaked open. Tomoko stepped out, her legs trembling, her face still marked with fear. She looked at the empty hallway, the torn eviction notice on the floor, then at Sauta and Kenji.
Mrs. Tomoko, I cannot undo the fear you endured, but I swear this will never happen again.
Thank you. I never thought I'd meet the owner, let alone be saved by him.
Suta watched from the side, a small, unreadable smile crossing his face. The eviction notice lay in pieces, its red stamp a relic of a battle already won.
You've given me back my home. I don't know how to repay you.
But the old man simply shook his head and made a quiet promise, one that would change everything.
As a personal apology, your rent is frozen for life. No one will ever force you from this home again.
Frozen. Forever. I don't know what to say. I thought I'd lose everything.
Suta's hand rested on her shoulder, gentle but steady. The storm had passed, but a different weight still lingered. The police car pulled away, Naoki's protests muffled behind tinted glass. The hallway seemed brighter now.
My legs are shaking, but the door is still mine. The lock is still mine. We're still here.
Kenji bowed once more and excused himself, leaving mother and son in the quiet hallway.
It's really over, Mom. You don't have to be afraid anymore.
I know, but my heart still needs a moment to believe it.
They stood there for a while, the sun climbing higher. The torn eviction notice swept into a corner.
Thank you, Sota. I haven't said it enough, but I'll find the right words soon.
By midday, the story dominated every local channel. A reporter stood outside the building, the broadcast live.
I take full responsibility for my failure, but I will make it right. Full restitution for every illegally evicted family.
By evening, checks were delivered. An elderly woman with a walker wept, clutching hers by the entrance. A wheelchair-bound man held a relative's hand, his face showing the weight of months finally lifted. Tomoko watched from the window, tears forming as she saw her former neighbors embracing Kenji.
Those families, they were forced out long before us. They finally got justice.
She's not just relieved for herself. She's thinking about the others. That's Mom.
Outside, Cherry blossoms swirled around the building like a gentle blessing, as if the world was making amends.
I should go down. I should thank him personally, too.
And as she turned to leave, Suda knew the most important words were still unspoken. Later, in the dim apartment, Tomoko sat with a cup of tea, steam rising like a quiet prayer.
You know, you were always a quiet child. But I see now how strong you were.
She opened an old album to a picture of a solemn little boy in a school uniform.
I learned from you, Mom. You never let them see you break.
But I did break many times. I just didn't want you to worry. You carried that investigation for months, alone. That's not just strength, it's love.
It was my job, Mom. And my duty.
The tea had gone cold, but neither noticed. Time felt suspended in the small kitchen.
Suta, I need to tell you something. I should have said it years ago.
But the words caught in her throat, and she just held his hand, tears falling silently. Tomoko pulled a worn photo album from the shelf, its spine cracked from years of quiet evenings.
Look at this one. You were 7, and you'd already planted yourself between me and that angry neighbor.
I remember. He said our mailbox was crooked. You almost cried.
She turned pages carefully. Him at 10, arms folded defiantly. At 15, walking her to the store.
You always protected me. Even when you were too small to protect yourself.
You made me brave. Without you, I'd still be in that school storeroom.
A small laugh escaped Tomoko. The first real one in days, and it filled the room like sunlight. The apartment, once a battleground, slowly resumed its old shape, a sanctuary held together by memory.
There's so much more I want to tell him, but I am afraid the words might break the spell.
And so they sat, the unsaid still suspended between them. Yet the silence had never been more gentle. That night, as the clock neared midnight, Tomoko rose from the couch and paused at her bedroom door.
Suta, I know. I never said it right, but I am proud of you, son. So proud.
The words hung in the air, solid and undeniable. Sauta's eyes glistened for the briefest moment.
Thank you, Mom. That's all I ever needed.
He closed the distance and pulled her into a tight embrace, the kind that needed no further explanation. Tomoko's shoulders shook, but this time, it wasn't from fear. It was from release. They stood there, holding on, as if the years of unspoken distance finally collapsed into this single moment. When they finally stepped back, the apartment felt lighter, as though the air itself had been cleansed. Outside, the building stood silent under the stars, its windows dark except for one. And inside that lone glow, a mother and son had finally found the words that mattered most. The next morning, the apartment smelled of fresh rice. Tomoko stood by the door, a wrapped bento in her hands.
You'll be late, and you need to eat properly. Don't think I haven't noticed.
Old habits. Thanks, Mom. I'll be back early tonight.
She watched him walk down the hallway, a small figure growing distant, then disappearing around the corner. The building stood as it had for decades, but something was different. The silence felt earned, not imposed. Cherry blossoms drifted on a gentle breeze, a few settling on the freshly swept entrance. From the window of apartment 4B, Tomoko watched the petals fall, a soft smile on her lips. On the shelf behind her, the old photo of them sat as it always had, now a quiet promise kept. Sometimes, the quietest people hold the strongest storms, and the deepest loves are proven in still moments. Fade to black.